criminology degree? Do you have one?
I'm sorry.
Fair use.
Wait.
We've got to. Are you a biologist? Ecology Brown Jackson.
No, let me ask you a question. So do I need a criminology degree to be able to understand that 75% of blacks don't grow up with two parents?
No, you don't.
To be well versed in it, I believe so. Do you have one? I don't, but I'm studying it.
Me
She's studying
Me
it.
neither.
But you did the same thing.
I lived
you
it.
looked at
I
a
lived
statistic, and he did the same thing. You don't have a criminology degree, and neither does he.
Okay.
Hold on a second. You're doing an argument from authority, okay?
It's a fallacy.
So the laws of physics don't change whether or not you're a physicist, okay? The law of thermodynamics doesn't change whether or not you take a course on it.
True.
Answer the question. Why do blacks have a broken family versus a nuclear family, and does that translate to higher rates of crime? Do you admit that?
Why is it that blacks don't have parents, though? Why?
Good question. We subsidize single motherhood in this country through the federal government of the United States.
She is so...
That's the reason why? Nah, I don't think that's the reason why. I think it's because you played your shenanigans and you did things like Jim Crow and the welfare system and legally locking niggas up and allowing drugs to be put in our neighborhoods and then labeled as the greatest fucking drug peddlers ever. But how the fuck the drug peddlers even start? You have to grow drugs. You can't grow it in a concrete, so you know. So as you destroyed us mentally, physically, in our image, you made us women believe they can have easy pickings with the other people, and they're finding out really slowly but surely nobody wants you but your own man. And then once they realize that, you've made us super fucking fake ass thug gangsters, and it's not 70% of us. So you can skip me with that bullshit. Right? Now, we're not going to blame you guys for, writing this shit down and, admitting it over the years. Some of us looked this shit up, And we're not going to, act like I'm some super college educated. I'm a guy I lived that shit that he's talking about, the single mom and all that. And, I can concur. We've made mistakes, The Lord did warn us that, He warned our forefather, our pappy Adam, you're going to have to deal with that Satan guy until all of you die. So you better tell them about the tricks and how they're going to jump on other people and then they're going to trick you. And then that's how they're going to rule over you. But if you, follow these laws and stuff, then I'll protect you from them. And besides me protecting you from them, they base their laws off of my book, off your book. So, master your book and follow the laws and teach your brothers and sisters that law, sound the horns, that law is the only thing that matters because it's the only sword you have. Like how they say the pen's mightier than the sword? Well, the Negro needs to pick the fucking pen up and put the Glock 940 AK-7 Moxburg shotgun down and start wielding power. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We know that's a problem. We're here to talk about, not even your systematic plan. We're here to throw shit like wild monkeys. Because yous can have debates with each other and you're asking some little white girl, why is black people having sex out of wedlock and blah, 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 right? Why are yous? Why are your, your marriage rates dwindling? Why? Because you're so wholesome, right? See, we're dwindling, and we can at least have a fuck excuse and say, well, we had laws and stuff, and we had systematic bullshit. And then, if that doesn't work and, get us sympathy from people and be like, yo, Maybe they're not animals because, these people did this to them. No. We're not blaming nobody. We're not saying we have proof of anything. We're going to use the thing we do have proof of. You enslaved us and made us animals and said we're not allowed to read or have, relationships with your wife where you would actually be a man and care about your children and stuff. So that you'll be reduced to an animal and you're going to, be the beast of the field now. And that's all there is. And, we're going to do this to you for a long time. So when we do let you go, it's going to be kind of hard for you to function as a normal fucking grown man because you were forbidden to be a grown man. You were a boy. You were a monkey. Little monkeys. Run along, Vegeta. You and the little monkeys. Remember? So you're not going to blame me when my forefathers and your scientists said that genetically anything that you go through from a couple hundred years ago will be literally in your DNA, and you're going to be having to deal with that psychologically, physically, and mentally and spiritually. So me not being allowed to be grown would mean we're going to need some time to grow up. And you can't blame me for it because you did it. Right? Even though you didn't know that's what you were doing, we're going to say it like that. You didn't know this is going to fucking destroy us for fucking another 400, 500 years. No problem. You still did it and this is the results and you're going to own up to it. I don't give a fuck about no reparations and the day. You're going to at least admit you're the problem. If you'd have left us the fuck alone, and if you leave me the fuck alone now, I'd grow up and mature a lot faster now, wouldn't we? Now, we're going to get off that, and we're going to jump on to you. 75% of black men, in your mind, are criminals, or 75% of black women ain't shit, because those are the ones making the babies, remember? And, Kevin and the rest of us prove they're only sleeping with 20 to 30% of all the black men. So it's not 75% of shitty black men. That's 75% of misguided black women that don't know how to choose a good man, right? Now, unbeknownst or the reason why, who gives a shit? Let's throw a 75% or higher number out for you. Did you know 75% of the world isn't yours? But you're living everywhere and you're making fun of me for, not having anything. And not knowing how to treat my woman and get a job and hold shit down. I'm the butt of a joke, but you're a what? A fucking plague to the world? You're such a fucking plague to the world. Your own women are starting to see it. And they don't want to deal with it anymore. They're distancing themselves from it. Trying to. Why? Because everyone's waking up to the reality of what's wrong with them. They're so sophisticated. We played Monopoly with the world. Everyone divvied everything up, and we're all fair now. And yous are still wailing out. We were catching yous at fucking shit under the floor, and we're catching rings, pizza parties. And all of these crazy things by the truckloads and the kabillions. Who's doing that? Who's polluting my father's ocean? Who's fucking up my father's sky? It's not us. We're too broke and stupid and mature to even think of how to do that. Right? We're nothing. And I like being nothing. My father, he said the ones that, ain't doing shit, you're good. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So as you made me nothing, the tail, and, you took the head, you wanted to be the head nigga in charge, now you are. And you're not doing so good. I don't care how you treat me. I'm looking around how you do your own. And I'm like, you have no right to even talk about my statistics and all of this, because when I look at your statistics of your men and the other men of the other nations, you guys are fucking wowing. You're wowing. even your regulars. We're not talking about the big ones. We're talking about your everyday guys. Because I've seen things and I've heard things. You know, I have shit on, like, video.